We've seen her flatline in the hospital. We've said goodbye.
What would you do if this were your child? Charlotte Figge had an extreme form of epilepsy. Her body was so frail that any seizure could kill her. With no traditional treatment left to try and the clock ticking away, her parents decided to try marijuana.
We are leaving our home states for a medicine. We are going and uprooting and changing every aspect of our lives so our children have a chance at hope.
Jackson is 15 and suffers from Dravet syndrome.
I've seen it work. My son would probably be dead today if it wasn't for cannabis.
Braden, it was a good day. You're a handsome young man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's not going to grow out of this.
We witnessed one right in the middle of our conversation.
Or I watch baseball.
You just had a little seizure right there.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't the only stories that happen like this across the United States. We know the problem, we researched the problem, and now it's time to implement a solution. After thorough evaluation of other movements and campaigns, we haven't really seen them yield any real results. So that's the reason why we created D.O.P.E Fest 2015.
D.O.P.E Fest just isn't a music festival where all your favorite artists is going to be, or spots where you can go and get the new latest clothing and the culture and lifestyle, or somewhere you can just get food. But we're actually bringing politicians, we're actually signing people up to vote, we're actually getting activists, we're actually going to petition the DEA to get marijuana rescheduled to acknowledge the medicinal use that it has.
So we created a social media to determine how much support we really have. In the first 2 weeks, we got 2,500 followers on Instagram and 3,000 on Twitter.
This past November, 70% of DC residents voted that marijuana should be recreationally legalized. 80% of people nationally in the United States believe that medicinal marijuana should be legal, and 52% believe that it should be recreational legal. So a lot of people ask, why are we doing this? Well, there's a lot of people seriously affected by this situation. You have mothers in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida that are getting cancer treatment that can't uproot and move their family to Colorado or Washington to do what they can to survive. They have to work through their pain and suffering. I've personally seen it with my mother, who passed away from the effects of chemotherapy. And now knowing this, knowing that everything could have been different, I feel that this is a movement that we all should jump on and that we all should be a part of, because there isn't a reason why, now that we have the information that's available to us, we should ignore it. It's here now. It's on the internet. Our own National Department of Health is acknowledging it. We need to do something. It's time for us to make a change.
And with your support, we can make it happen. You're not just donating to a webpage, you're not just donating to 2 college students, you're donating to a cause.
Check out our website, dope-fest.com, or check out our Facebook, D.O.P.E Fest 2015.
You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at dope_fest.
Marijuana is made up of 2 ingredients. THC, that's the psychoactive part that makes you high, and CBD, also called cannabidiol. It's the CBD that scientists think modulates electrical and chemical activity to help quiet the excessive activity in the brain that causes seizures.
Dr. Manuel Guzman is a professor of biochemistry and molecular biology in Madrid, Spain, and is known for his groundbreaking studies on medical cannabis.
Hemos observado que los cannabinoides tienen un efecto inductor de la muerte de las células tumorales, un efecto inhibidor de lo que es el crecimiento, la multiplicación de las células tumorales. Lo que hacen es disminuir el crecimiento de los tumores.
This was an exciting discovery because the CB2 receptor can act like a target for the cannabinoids. Once they bind with the receptor, they can tell the cancer cell to die.
Telling the cells basically to commit suicide.
But as I said in the interview, my concern is when you end up having very heavy criminal penalties for individual users that have been applied unevenly and in some cases with a racial disparity.
listen, a lot of people ask, you know, it gets a bad rap, but I think for people who are sick for medicinal purposes, people who are sick, people who are in pain, people who can't eat, people who just love to watch TV.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.